freshly baked cakes. They crawled out of their spaces, but the big-headed cake was stuck. Then he fell heavily onto the table. After he steadied himself, he turned and greeted his brothers warmly. They mocked the big-headed cake as a monster. Big-headed cake tried to prove himself, but he failed. He had to turn away sadly. He walked alone on the street. Passers-by looked at him in shock. He even scared a child to tears. Some troublemakers threw stones at him, but also mocked his big head. Big-headed cake was extremely sad. He covered his big head with a cardboard box, but passers-by still talked about him. Then he found a barber shop. He carefully pulled the door open. He spotted a customer with a new hairstyle leaving. Big-headed cake looked surprised immediately. So he tried to walk into the shop, but he got stuck in the doorway. The front desk clerk helped him fast. After entering the shop, Mr. Brad brought a hairstyle catalog for him to choose a hairstyle. After the big-headed cake made his choice, Mr. Brad took out a massager. He tried to make the big-headed cake's face smaller, but it had no effect. Then Mr. Brad found plastic wrap. It actually made the big-headed cake's face smaller, but soon,
Thank you, Mr. Brad.
Mr. Brad brought out chocolate. He tried to cover the big-headed cake's large head, but before he could be happy for 2 seconds, the chocolate melted. Seeing this, the big-headed cake broke down in tears. Mr. Brad looked at his tears and suddenly had an inspiration. So he fetched his tools. He crafted a custom crown for the big-headed cake. Before the big-headed cake could express his thanks, Mr. Brad had already presented the bill. In a flash, the big-headed cake was put in the display window's top spot.